to my channel. Today we are making a super easy recipe. This is a Jello applesauce dessert or a Jello and applesauce salad. And all you need for this recipe is boxed Jello. You don't have to use the Jello brand. This happens to be Jolly Rancher brand, which I didn't even really know existed until recently, and applesauce. This can be homemade, it can be store-bought, that's up to you. Mine is homemade, and water. That's it, 3 ingredients, if you even count water. I don't know, this might be a 2-ingredient recipe. So I am making enough of this recipe that I can use 4 cups or 32 ounces of applesauce. So to do that, I need 4 small packs of Jello, which are 3 ounces, or I could use 2 6 ounces. And you can buy Jello in bulk, so that's another option. It's really simple. So if you look at the actual recipe on your Jello, there's generally 2 cups of water per 3 ounces of Jello mix. And for this recipe, what happens is just essentially half of the water becomes applesauce. So you can make 1 box worth, you could make 2 boxes worth, you could make a whole bunch of worth. And you can also change the flavors. So very often I make strawberry. Sometimes I also like to do cherry. I've also had raspberry. I haven't experienced any other flavors, but you could do that. You can try whatever you'd like. The applesauce is still kind of there as far as flavor, but it's not overly powering. The first thing you want to do is just get your Jello out, get it into a mixing bowl, and just prepare yourself for your boiling water. So half of your water is still going to be boiling water. So in this instance, I'm going to be using 4 cups of boiling water into my dry Jello, and I'm going to mix it for at least 2 minutes. That is an essential step for Jello that you never want to slack on, because when Jello isn't mixed well, you just do not get as nice of a result. The gelatin really has to be well dissolved and broken down into the hot boiling water. So make sure the water is boiling, make sure you whisk it really well. Okay, so here we go. I have my 4 cups of boiling water. I have my Jello in a big bowl, large enough to hold everything. And now I'm gonna whisk it. Make sure it's really well incorporated. Now, believe it or not, this Jello, fun fact, this Jello was 25 cents a box. Isn't that incredible? I got it at Sharp Shopper, which is a discount grocery store that I like to go to. If you've ever seen those videos of mine, maybe you've seen my Jolly Rancher cherry Jello that I got there. I like this recipe because it's just a really nice little side dessert-ish type of item to give to my kids, that it has some fruit incorporated in. So yes, Jello isn't fantastic for you. There's sugar in it, but there's at least applesauce. It's great to take to like a dinner or a potluck. You can dress it up with a little dollop of whipped cream on top. I never do that. I just put it in a bowl and everybody eats it. And they love it. Okay, so here it is, all incorporated. You did not see the full 2 minutes, but I did whisk it for at least 2 minutes. And now I'm gonna pour in the applesauce. I'm switching to a spatula. That's what I'm going to use going forward here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna incorporate it together, fold the applesauce in, and just get it really well mixed. Well, I like to always have applesauce or well, I always have applesauce on hand. This applesauce is from some trees here at my house. But I like to always have Jello on hand, because if I have some sick children and I'm struggling to get fluids in them. Oh, there's a fly. Get fly. Shoo. If I'm struggling to get liquids in them, I can almost always get Jello jigglers in them, or finger Jello, whatever you're used to calling it. And you know, that's practically all, you know, water, in addition to the gelatin and the sugar. But this is also a great recipe to whip up if you have someone that's kind of sick. If you've ever heard of the brat diet, so some doctors will recommend the brat diet, which is just following a very bland diet when you have like a stomach problem, or I guess basically a digestive problem. So sorry about the timer. I have a little crystal sun catcher thing for one of my children in the oven, and I keep catching it. It's just not checking it. It's just not melting. Anyways, the brat diet stands for 4 foods. So it's like an acronyms thing. So you have bananas, rice, apples, toast. So this has, you know, a lot of fluids in it, plus applesauce. So it's a great thing. Now, at this time, you could transfer this to a serving bowl if you wanted to use something a little fancier than what you mixed it in. I never do. I just keep it in the bowl. This one has a lid that I'll just snap right on. And this needs to go in the refrigerator for at least 4 to 6 hours. Now, depending on the quantity that you make is going to depend, and you know, how shallow your container is, how cold your refrigerator is. That's all going to depend on how long it takes for this to set up. I generally like to have this set up overnight, and I will show you what this looks like when it is finished. Is what is continually distracting me with the timer. It looks like it's almost melted now. There's a little spot in the ear that has not come together. This is it. It's like these little kits you can buy, and it has like a metal frame and these little crystals that you put in, and then you bake it, make it and bake it, and then it's a sun catcher. Now this one, it said that it only needed baked for 15 to 25 minutes, but it has been in there for probably 40 minutes. Okay, so it's the next day, and this has chilled, oh my, overnight. You can see what it looks like there. This is just from, you know, mixing it together, the bubbles. So I'm just gonna scoop some out. And the texture is, I'm trying to get you, it truly is a blend of Jello and applesauce. So you can kind of see that slightly grainy appearance is the applesauce, but there is no grainy texture in your mouth. But that's just kind of how it is. So it's kind of, it's a unique, I don't know if there's anything else I've ever eaten that, you know, quite has that texture. But there you have it. Delicious. So good. So I hope that you've enjoyed this recipe. Give it a try if it's something new to you and you think you might like. Also, if you experiment with other flavors, I'd love to hear. Love to hear your comments and your thoughts. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll be back again soon with another video of some sort.